Canadian designers?
I guess I'll take this one. Again, I think in terms of Ottawa, for how many malls we have in Ottawa, and now with the Radio Center having Nordstrom, for instance, coming in, Anthropology, like all these new H&M, Simons, like all of these are actually huge competitions for the smaller local shops, like Milk, Workshop, Victoire, any of those local shops, and even Shad, for instance, who was always the one who was in the forefront for all like European designs and stuff. Now Nordstrom is their competition. So as a up and coming designer, I mean, these boutiques are actually struggling, trying to find new designers. So in one retrospect, that's great. But in another way, there's so much variety as to where to shop now that you need to want to spend that little extra on local designers. And I believe like Ottawa is very family oriented. So parents will definitely shop for their children before themselves, or they will be shopping for business attire for the workplace. And it's very much like government industry here. And a lot of designers want to be more free-spirited in their designs. So I mean, it's kind of like, and there's already a lot of business where in, you know, all these stores I've already mentioned as well. So it's kind of trying to find that niche of what's missing, who's shopping, what age group, what the target is. I mean, it's all about marketing at the end, but designers are a bit stubborn. We all kind of want to do what we want to do, right? So, yeah.
The question was what could be the real reason as to why Canadians don't like support?
Well, I feel like with like European and American brands, they have the council behind them, so they get the advertising as well, they get the marketing, they get the funding, so they can produce like a full fall/winter 20+ piece collection. Whereas with us, we're producing like what 8 to 10 pieces per season, and it's taking us a while to do it. So we're not able to fully market and advertise ourselves, so Canadians don't realize how much fashion and talent they actually have in the country.
And my next question is, if you have the chance to evolve your brand, whether you are a designer, a writer like Megan, or a teacher like yourself, if you have the chance to evolve your career, whether outside of Canada, would you take that opportunity, or would you, stay here and kind of try and fight for the industry? Like, for example, for myself, I don't necessarily need to be here, right? I have other opportunities elsewhere, but I choose to be here because I see the potential. I see the, all of the great things that can come from this industry in Canada. So, would you choose to go elsewhere, or would you, stay here and fight to be able to be creative and successful right here at home? I'll let you answer that.
Well, for me, it's important to stay within Canada. I'm looking for my words, sorry. But that being said, if I had the opportunity to go get some experience somewhere else and develop new techniques around the world, I would absolutely go do it. But yeah, at the end, I want to come back to my country.
I would definitely love to stay in Ottawa and be successful here. I would love to be able to do that and expand into Europe and Australia and those markets as well. But I feel like our generation, like with all of our graduates and all the people here today, we want to stay in Ottawa, we want to make an industry in Ottawa, and we're being more vocal about it, and we're putting these events together, we're collaborating more, we're meeting new people every time we do an event, or every time we do a photo shoot, we're meeting new people. So the collaborating, that collaboration alone is building up the industry and it's building up momentum.
I think for me, wanting to go into fashion publishing and writing and all that type of stuff, I feel like in a smaller location like this in Ottawa, where their competition isn't as severe, I feel like the pool to grab from and to network is so much easier to start here. I mean, the amount of events we have, there's so few of them that a lot of you are here from various publications and doing photography and things like that, and I get to meet you here. And that, I think, speaks for itself. I mean, if I went to an event, say in Europe, who would I meet that I would ever talk to again, right? So I think here it's that closer circle that's teaching me and helping me learn. So I think Ottawa's a great place for that.
So is it time for the Canadian fashion industry to unite? Because clearly, things aren't working well. Toronto Fashion Week fell, Ottawa Fashion Week fell, Montreal Fashion Week fell, and for someone who has moved from a different country, I see that this country as a whole lacks a lot of unity. You see people in Toronto with just people, just Toronto, and Ottawa people just Ottawa, and Montreal just Montreal, Vancouver just Vancouver. And if you look at, in the States, it's called the Council of Fashion Designers of America, not the New York Fashion Council. And in England, it's the British Fashion Council, not the London Fashion Council. Whereas here we have all these different groups, right? We have the Toronto Incubator, which is kind of like a fashion council, right? But then I ask myself, what about the person in Halifax? What about the designer in Calgary, in Edmonton, in Vancouver? Where are their support, right? So instead of us, kind of being in little huts and whatnot, isn't it time that we kind of all come together from each of our cities and councils or whatever and come together under one hub, under one national council?
I think if we had a council, it would definitely help nationwide unite us. If you go on a council website, you're looking for boutiques. I'm from Ottawa and I want to sell in the Maritimes, I want to sell in Quebec, I want to sell in BC. Going on the council and just seeing what boutiques are local, what boutiques are Canadian and accepting Canadian designers, it'll be easier for me to represent my lookbook or show them my designs all at once, instead of spending a couple of months just searching what I could possibly be in, setting up meetings and whatnot. A council will give us the opportunity to network more across the nation, and it will bring us unity.